Welcome to Heidelberg in Germany, the jewel of the Neckar River, where cobblestone streets meet centuries of stories, and every corner looks like it belongs in a fairy tale. You're watching my Barrio, my Mundo, for places, events, and cultures. And we are at the Heidelberg University, Germany's oldest university and one of the most beautiful campuses in Europe, founded way back in 1386. We're starting our walk at the University Square, the vibrant heart of campus life. Back in the Middle Ages, this was actually a monastery courtyard. Today, it's where students gather between lectures, sip coffee, and debate everything from politics to the best kebab in town. Fun fact, Nobel Prize winners like Max Born and Karl Jaspers once gave lectures here. Next, we're heading toward one of Heidelberg's quirkiest landmarks, the student prison, or Studentenkarcер. From 1770s to 1914, students who broke the rules, think rowdy parties, duels, or unauthorized serenades under a lady window, were locked up here for a few days, but instead of sulking, they painted. The walls are covered in graffiti, portraits, and hilarious slogans. It's basically Heidelberg's oldest yearbook. Welcome to Heidelberg's Hauptstrasse, the beating heart of the old town and one of the longest pedestrian shopping streets in all of Europe, stretching for over 1.6 kilometers. This charming lane runs like a ribbon through centuries of history, color, and coffee aroma. As we begin our walk, look around. Those pastel facades you see, many dates back to the 18th century, rebuilt after the Great Fire that swept through Heidelberg during the wars of the 1600s. Now, as the street opens up ahead, we'll step into Marktplatz or Market Square, the historic center of Heidelberg. Right in the middle stands the Hercules Fountain, built in the early 1700s and the perfect selfie spot. Surrounding us are beautifully restored buildings, cafes, shops, and the majestic church of the Holy Spirit, or Heilige Heilskirche, towering above it all. Fact, for almost 200 years, this church was divided inside by a wooden wall so both Catholics and Protestants could worship at the same time. Talk about teamwork. Do you see the castle ruins? That's where we're heading next, and we're taking a funicular. Oh. There are stairs, but the ticket includes this funicular ride, so we might as well take it. The ascent begins.
Castle Station. Please leave here to visit the castle.
A real treat, the view of autumn from the castle. And that's the Holy Spirit Church I was talking about earlier. It's now a Protestant church. The houses around the castle are equally romantic. Now we're standing on the grounds of one of the most breathtaking landmarks in all of Germany, a red sandstone fortress that has watched over Neckar River for more than 700 years. Let's take a moment to look around. Those towers and terraces, some whole, some in ruins, are all part of the castle's charm. This castle isn't perfect, and that's what makes it magical. Welcome to the castle's courtyard, the heart of the fortress. Construction started in the 13th century, but over time, each ruler added their own flair. Gothic arches, Renaissance windows there, so the castle became a mix of styles that tell its long, dramatic story. Now, look at the grand facade. That's the Haute-Rich building, built in the mid 1500s. Each of those statues represent a mythological hero or a wise ruler. It's like Heidelberg's own ancient Hall of Fame. Fun fact, when this building was completed, it was one of the first Renaissance-style palaces north of the Alps. A true architectural trendsetter. Now, when you're ready, let's enter the Barrel building. Welcome to one of the most famous rooms in Heidelberg, the Barrel Hall, home to the Heidelberg Tun, the largest wine barrel in the world. Built in 1751, this giant holds over 220,000 liters. That's roughly 290 bottles of wine. To reach the top, there's even a staircase. And yes, people used to dance up during their celebrations. Now, onto the castle terrace. And here it is, the castle terrace, or Altan. Below us lies Heidelberg's old town, with its red rooftops and winding lanes, the Neckar River glistening like a ribbon, and the old bridge stretching gracefully across it. Mark Twain stood right here in the 1800s and called Heidelberg the most beautiful town on earth. Hard to argue with that, isn't it? There's a museum in the castle grounds. It's the Pharmacy Museum. Let's visit it. Not much to say, but it's more of a collection of cabinets. Not many people explore the castle this far, but it's worth the walk. Views from this side of the castle, the gardens, and the town below. And tip, it's best to visit the castle towards late afternoon or early evening for a more dramatic feel. It's time to go down. Let's take the stairs. We'll walk among the houses that we admired earlier from the top. And we are down back to the market square. It's a lively evening. Thank you for joining us on this tour of Heidelberg. Join us again next time as we bring you places, events, and cultures here on my Barrio, my Mundo.